Very pleased to be joined now by Wonderboy Fabricio Andrade, fresh off an epic knockout in the first round against Kaiwen. You are flying. Things are going really well for you. How good did it feel to get such an awesome finish like that?
It felt good. It felt good. I was able to do all the plan that we was doing on the train. So it felt like I was trained. But it felt like I was comfortable back in the
In,
cage.
in just 3 fights in one championship, you're going like that, right? You're going towards that title. Is it the title next for you, or do you think maybe someone like Stephen Loman?
Yeah. As we know, like the title fight haven't happened yet. We still waiting like from Lineker and Bibiano, and we don't know when it's gonna happen. So I told ONE FC like I want to stay active. I don't want to wait too long. Like I'm just 24 now, and I'm just on the beginning of my career. I feel like I'm just getting on my best shape as well. So yeah, for sure. Like maybe Steve Loman will be next.
I mean, if you look at it, it kind of has to be Stephen, right? Is that the obvious one?
Yeah, we know Cohen, you also like asked for a title shot, but we know he lost for Sato, and Sato is the number 5 on the ranking, so I don't even believe he should be above Sato on the rank. And I think it would be good for him to prove that he got better to rematch Sato and me and Steve Loman for the number 1 contender, and we wait the winner between John Lineker and Bibiano.
Do you feel like there's a little bit of a Brazilian takeover happening right now? Because, three of
Yeah,
the
for
top guys
sure.
are from Brazil.
Yeah, for sure. Like I don't know how ONE FC feel about it, but it we cannot do anything. Like we John Lineker is beating all those guys, Bibiano beat all those guys already, and I'm like finding my way too. So it needs to happen.
Were you a big MMA fan growing up? Because you're only 24 years old, and John Lineker's been around. Bibiano's in his 40s. I mean, these guys are the old school. So did you kind of look up to them? Did you watch them back in the day?
I didn't watch Bibiano, but I watched Olinek when he was like in UFC, and he got like really close to fight for a title in UFC, and he lost for De La Show. So yeah, like I used to watch Olinek a lot, and I like his style because he was like knocked out all those guys when he went up from flyweight to bantamweight. He was knocking out all those guys. So yeah, I used to like his fight.
Do you feel like there's a respect there then? Do you feel like as a competitor, you really want to test yourself against somebody like John Lineker, having kind of watched him back in the day to show just how good you are?
Yes, for sure. I have respect for all those guys, for like Bibiano, for all like he have done. John Lineker also, he have like a great story, and like Steve Lomans is also like a real guy. We know he was Brave champion. He defended his title in Brave, and he could have gone UFC too. So like, of course, I have a lot of respect for those guys. But like for me, like I'm finding my way. Like it's a dream that I'm living now.
Yeah, you talk about it being a dream. I mean, I remember your one debut kind of came out of nowhere. You beat Mark Abelardo thanks to the pandemic, right? You maybe wouldn't have got this
Yeah,
opportunity. And now we're talking about you being in the title picture. Like, how crazy has that been?
yeah, like it's crazy. And for that fight, like I wasn't meant to fight Abelardo, and the Euro happened. And now it's been like is like I didn't fight a lot. Like I think I could have fight more, but just like the timing of the COVID situation. But it's been great. Like I'm also like even though I'm not fighting, I'm always training. I'm always on the gym. I'm always like find like strong training partner like in Rio. I was like trying to find the best guys in wrestling class, the best guys in jiu-jitsu, the best guys in strike. So I like to keep testing myself every day. I think I still have a lot like to improve, to a lot like to adjust on my games, and especially like now like staying more active. like all the situation like is getting slowed down. We vaccinated now. It's easy to travel, so I want to stay more active for sure.
Are you going back to Thailand?
Eventually, yes, but the situation there is still not great, and uh, there's not as many training partners as used to be, you know. So for me right now, it's better to stay in Rio than fly to Thailand for now. But yes, I would like to go back there.
I just saw Peter Yan came back to the gym. Is he a training partner of yours? And like, what's it like? I mean, do you think he's the best bantamweight in the world right now? What's it like training with him?
Yeah, like we train a lot together since like I think 2017. We did a lot of sparring when I was just fighting K1. You know, I always used to help him on his fights. So yeah, we used to go train partners, but we haven't trained together for a while. As like he went to America and I stay in Thailand, all the situation. But yeah, we used to train a lot together.
Are
And
you able
yeah,
to?
I believe he's the first one, the better bantamweight in the world right now for sure.
He's special, man. But was it cool for you to train with him and able to like test your level? That if you can hang with him, you know you can hang with anybody.
Yeah, for sure. Like in Tiger, that was the good thing. You could train with all those high level guys, you know, and you could like test yourself and see how good you are. And That's why I had to leave Thailand to come to Brazil because here also like I'm doing the same thing. You know, in Nova União we go like we got Dudu Dantas, you know, our like upcoming names. So I'm also like testing myself there.
You were also training with Rafa Fiziev and Brad Riddell for a while, right? What was that like?
Yeah, I train more with Fiziev than Brad for sure, because Brad was always come and go like when I go there. But me and Rafa like I was always doing his K1 class, and we did like wrestling together, uh, sparring together. So we train a lot together.
Do you think he's a future champ?
He's good, man. Like when he was just starting, like we everybody was talking about him. Like he was knocked out all those guys. His strike, like he has a different strike, his movement, like his power. So I believe like he could be champ for sure.
Let's go back to your fight a little bit because do you think that they kind of fed Kaiwen to the wolves because he was saying that he's signing for the UFC, and then it's not a great way to act. I think to make your employers happy, right? So I think maybe they fed him to the wolves. Do you agree? I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. But if you think about it, like he was saying that ONE FC wasn't giving him an opportunity to fight with the ranked guys or even put him on the ranking, but it's because like that would happen, and now he knows. Like I think like they needed to give him a hard fight. Like was his last fight, they gave him all those guys. Like he was beating all those guys, and he want to go UFC because he think he is good. He can make a legacy, a history, you know. So I think it's fair to give him on his last fight a strong opponent.
He's got a lot of style, and he talks a lot. He's like very unique for a Chinese fighter. But do you think he's got what it takes to go to the UFC now?
Um, I think that there's a lot of like fighters in the UFC that shouldn't even be there, you know. But for him, like as you say, he have like a face that I think would sell a lot because he's Chinese, but he's different. And he come from like four KO in ONE FC, right? Like on his last four fights.
Yeah.
So like he beat a lot of people, you know, like, and he's still 26, so he got a lot of time also to improve. But I think all like the talk about it, like he wants to go there and he was still in a contract, like it wasn't good for his profile, and it wasn't good for one championship too. And now he's out of his contract, what he finally wanted, but he comes from a loss. So on the end, it wasn't good for anybody.
Is this the sweetest win of your career so far, do you think? I mean, the Shoko Sato one was pretty important, right? But which is the sweetest one?
Um, I think my debut would like the up, you know, like right now, like I wasn't like as doubt I was before, you know, like when I fought Abelardo, I think like 96 of everybody thought I was going to lose. So I think that was like the most like important win right now. But yeah, like it's been good. Like I'm training, I keep training hard, you know, I want to keep improving. I think I have a lot of more to show, you know.
The cool thing about that was a lot of people saw you, you know, this guy from Tiger, he fights K1, he fights Muay Thai, and then you choked him out. So I think that was
Yeah.
so impressive. So do you think you're going to surprise some people with how good your grappling is?
Yes, for sure. Like I like to strike, you know. I start striking like my first sport that I watch, and then I said, look, I want to do that. Was like people actually like knocked out all the people like I was watching it, and I saw that and I liked it and I started to do. So I really like it. I when I'm fighting MMA, I like to stand up, and also like I like to test my IQ, like how smart I am fighting, and that's the main reason why I mainly defend the takedowns and don't grapple a lot. But if in any time like I'm on the ground and I see an opportunity to finish my opponent, I will do like when I'm on the gym, I like to go to jiu-jitsu, you know, I like to do gi train that is not even especially for MMA, but I go there and I put my gi and I like to do that. I like to try positions, you know. So I like to do jiu-jitsu. I like to sorry. I like to do jiu-jitsu. I like to do wrestling. I like to do everything like separate. I always go to wrestling class, to jiu-jitsu class. But when you mix everything together, like I love strike, you know, I want to keep the fire standing. But if I have the opportunity for sure, like I will submit some people. Like I have two real neck choke wins already, so that's a good sign.
Well, if you keep going how you're going, you could be facing one of the best grapplers in MMA history, Bibiano Fernandes. But I guess the question is he going to beat John Lineker? I mean, who wins that fight?
Yeah, that's a question. Like we need to wait.
Who do you think is going to win?
Like I personally like I think for the situation right now, Bibiano is 42. He haven't fight for 2 years, more than 2 years right now, and John Lineker is too younger. And he come from like he's active, he's fighting. He comes from 3 wins, he's confident. And he's not a good matchup for Bibiano because he's really short, so he isn't a easy guy to pull him down, you know. So I don't think he's a good matchup for him. I think he's the hardest opponent Bibiano might have faced till now. So I would pick Lineker for that fight.
That's some good analysis. Maybe you can sit behind the desk when you're done fighting. Nice. I
Yeah,
look forward to that.
I would too.
It's always a pleasure to watch you fight, Fabricio. Thanks for the interview. I appreciate it. And congratulations. That was an epic win. Have a great Christmas and a great New Year.
You too.
Nice one.